The community affected by our issue is the students and sports at Lindbergh. There's about 2,100 kids at Lindbergh, and about 30% of them, roughly around 630, play sports. There's 20 varsity sports teams and 4 club sports. Club sports are the teams at Lindbergh that are not funded by Lindbergh but use the name. The issue that we believe Lindbergh is facing is money in the budget is split up unfairly and unevenly between the teams. The budget for sports teams is $889,372. We asked Mr. Luchek how the money was split up, and he said that it was based on participants. Also given to us by Mr. Luchek is the individuals teams' budgets. Clearly, there is a significant difference between most of the sports teams. For example, football team receives $22,052, but the boys tennis team receives $1,169. There is obviously a big difference between the popularity of the sports teams. The difference between the highest paid team, football, and the lowest paid team, men's tennis, is that the tennis team receives 5.3% of the football's budget. Our second problem is that some clubs don't receive the right amount of funding to run properly. Not given the right amount of money would not give the teams a chance to run at their full potential. For example, the men's tennis team has their players pay for their own jerseys, while other sports are on a 4-year rotation for jerseys. This makes the club look less appealing to others because of their payment. In return, less kids join the team, which overall leads to less funding for that team in the future. Our final issue is that we believe our budget is overlooked. The athletic director and CFO are the people that overlook our sports budget. Given that they have many other things to do with their job, this leads to the budget being overlooked. Also, the athletic director should not be overlooking the budget because he doesn't have a financial degree. With a budget of $889,372, someone without a financial degree shouldn't overlook the budget.
What is your name and what team do you play for?
My name is Jake Ferris and I currently play for the Lindbergh tennis team, varsity.
My name is Ben Murray and I also play for the Lindbergh varsity team.
Do you guys know that you are the only team at Lindbergh that pay for their own jerseys?
Yes, we are well aware of this extremely difficult problem, and we'd like to point out that our current standing is going to be second, first in state, whereas most other teams can't begin to accomplish this, and we are the lowest. We have to pay for our jerseys, which costs a lot, so this is a big problem.
Yeah, this is 2 years in a row that we've been going to state, and we're getting consistent now, and there's other teams who can't even get past districts, and they don't have to pay for their jerseys or anything.
All right, and lastly, do you guys know that you are the lowest paid team in high school?
Again, we are well aware of this ridiculous problem but despite being the lowest paid team in Lindbergh High School, we continue to strive to be the best.
For these issues, we have 3 solutions. First, we are asking for a grant of $140,000. This money will be used to create a new job position that we are calling the AFO, or Athletic Financial Officer. The grant money would be used to pay this person's salary of $70,000 for 2 years. The reason we are only doing 2 years is because we want to test this position to see how it works in the athletic department. This person would work alongside the athletic director, but only deal with the finances and not the actual teams. This would take a lot of stress and weight off the athletic director's shoulders. This would also make sure everything is run properly financially within the athletic department. Our second solution is to create a fair way for teams to get money. Our way for this to happen would be to have all of the coaches or leaders of the teams create a list of what they need and want for the year. Then we would have the athletic director and AFO go through these lists and decide what team gets what. Having 2 people dealing with this list will give a lot of different opinions instead of having just one. Along with this, we will also be implementing a system that allows teams to get their bigger needs. When a team needs a bigger item that will cost a lot more money, they will be able to get it, but in return, the team will not be able to get anything major in the next 4 to 5 years. This gives the other teams a chance to get bigger items. For example, say the football team wants new field goal posts. The average field goal post costs about $14,000 for 2 new, good field goal posts. In return for them, the football team may not be able to get anything major, such as a turf field, for a couple of years. This solution allows smaller sports to get bigger items that they need and doesn't allow the major sports to get all the money. Our final solution is to implement the other 4 sports that are club and not school sponsored. They are boys lacrosse, girls lacrosse, field hockey, and ice hockey. Adding these teams into the athletic budget would mean less money for every team, so our solution is to find a constant way to get money. This would be coming from the superintendent's salary. The superintendent at Lindbergh is paid $267,519, but the average superintendent in Missouri is only paid $149,040. This means he is paid $118,479 over the average. On the other hand, the average for teachers at Lindbergh is only $54,800, and the average for Missouri is $53,923. This makes Lindbergh teachers paid less than $1,000 over the average Missouri teacher, where our superintendent is over $100,000. Because of this, we propose to cut $70,000 off the superintendent's salary to give the budget for the addition of these new 4 teams. Cutting his salary by $70,000 may seem like a lot, but it really isn't. He will still be paid $50,000 over the average Missouri superintendent, and he will be 3rd highest paid superintendent in Missouri instead of the 2nd. We believe that these solutions can help the athletic department at Lindbergh grow and are viable to many of the kids at Lindbergh. We hope you consider and like our ideas. Thank you.